all the old age pensioners down here. I mean, living down the corner. Jeez, I'm looking to see all my life. I'm fed up looking at it.
You'd be lost without it, though.
I suppose I'm not used to it, I suppose.
The sea is wonderful. The coastline we have is wonderful. It's rugged, it's unspoiled. The government are trying to put these things in as close as 12 kilometres from the shore. And I was looking at this going, are they actually fucking serious? They're going to spin and they're going to draw your eye to it. They're going to have big lights on it in the night time out there. That is pretty much what you'll see if turbines are located a minimum of 12.5 km from the coast.
Well, we really can't do anything about it, can we?
I don't know.
This one is a Nigel Foster legend, and I paddled around Iceland in this thing back in 1994. We love the coastline. We're trying to protect the coastline. We're trying to protect biodiversity and work with the fishermen as well to say, lads, let's not trash the coastline just to try and save a few bob. There are sensitive areas, nurserying grounds, spawning grounds, hatching grounds for fish, and also the birds. When they're nesting, they tend to stay inshore because that's where the light penetrates, that's where the sandies, that's where the sprat accumulate in the water. So you're not in the sensitive areas and you're not trashing the place. And that's what people are asking for. It's a bit of cop on this thing, which doesn't seem to prevail in the slightest. You want to put these out where they will do the least amount of damage to the seabed, because they do damage the seabed out there. So if you think we have a 300 metre high turbine that's anchored to the seabed, it's pile driven down maybe 40, 50, 60 metres into the seabed and then surrounded by a huge amount of rock to protect it from scour erosion. The amount of rock is astounding, that around an average turbine you could have rock extending out about 25 metres from the centre of the turbine base. And what Blue Horizon are trying to do is that we are trying to campaign to keep these things a minimum of 22 kilometres from the coastline. And that's not being against renewable energy, because we can do it down here. We have relatively shallow seas. And what we're trying to say to people is that, look, put them out there. You will still see the turbines out there, but they won't be the dominant feature on the landscape. And they will probably appear about half the size of what those turbines appear there in that image there. And that's something that you can kind of live with.
Is it a cost issue to go?
No, it's climate action targets. Obviously there's more cost. The further out you go, there's more cost. But once the technology is ready, that's where we will go.
You kayaked around Ireland.
Yeah.
Do you hold a record?
Yeah. This is my expedition kayak. It's a solo record. I set it in 2015. So I took off on that trip and I made it around. Weather wasn't great, but I paddled around and got into the boat just down in front of the house here down in Garris. I think it was on the 11th of June 2015, and I came back on the 3rd of July, 23 days later, solo, yeah. Fáilte Ireland market, Ireland has been unspoiled, been rugged. Come to Ireland and see what an unspoiled coastline looks like. Like, people are not going to come to Ireland to look at this crap. This is the harsh reality. So there is petitions out here trying to protect the Connemara coast, and you can see locally up there there's 2,800 people already have signed this up in this fairly sparsely populated area off Connemara. And if the government get away with this, this is what the Irish coastline is going to look like. And so people are up there passing comment on this. They're saying here that this is fake, this is not real, you know. Now, this is a professionally taken photo montage that was done by a company that was presented by the developers up there. So people are saying, oh, this is fake, that's not going to look that real. It is going to look that real. That's taken with a 50mm lens. This is what the human eye sees. That horrifies me because I've paddled up there. I've landed on St. Macadara's Island up above in Connemara. And it's a really special place up there. It's a real piece of Ireland where you really feel the power of the Atlantic. And having this sort of industrialisation out on the sea out there, it's fucking unbelievable.
most companies are crying out for renewable energy resources. They're going to have to make big decisions about where they will locate in concurrence with where the renewable energy exists.
Some developers developing these wind farms off the coast that are going to go straight into powering, which they call a power purchase agreement. It'll be a private agreement with a user, something like a Google or a Meta or some of these crowds that have huge energy demands in their data centres.
So do you think all the data centers will come down?
That's a decision for the local authorities, but data centres are a current thing. Like, where is the whole industry going? Where is artificial intelligence going to take us? Where's AI?
Well,
Data centres could be a thing of the past 10 years.
It's fucking mental, Mary. It's mental.
Ireland has the wind. We can become energy secure and be completely carbon neutral, climate active, climate leader country because we have the best wind regime and that shallow water. And the southeast coast is where we'll start.
We have such a gorgeous coastline, and I can tell you something. We now have an industrialisation of our coastline out there. So we might as well just go kayaking in the middle of an industrial estate.